Hi, I'm Jason and welcome to another video. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how I created this using a tool called Canva, and I did this for the purpose of uploading what they call a short video to YouTube, and it's done in an aspect ratio that is sort of portrait rather than landscape. Now, it doesn't matter if you want to do it portrait or landscape, I'll show you both ways, but I'm going to concentrate this example today on just the portrait that can be easily viewed on a mobile phone through YouTube video shorts. And as you can see, I'm on Linux Mint. It doesn't matter if you're on Mac OS or Windows, it will be the same process because the tool Canva is a web-based graphical user interface that anyone can get to, and it's free to sign up to. But may I stress, with all things that say they're free, they come at a certain price when you want to do or add extra functionality to it. But in this tutorial I'm going to take you through everything using the free version. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up a web browser and we're just going to search for Canva. And there it is there, canva.com. I will put a link in the description below. And when you first get to it, you'll have a screen similar to this, where in the top right hand corner of the screen you can sign up. I've already signed up. I've used my Google account to do that, so I'm just going to continue with my Google account. And eventually you'll end up with a screen that looks similar to this. Obviously down the bottom here I have recent designs because I've been messing around in here. You probably won't have anything here. You might have a template or something to start with. But the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go up to the top left and we're going to say create a design. Now you've got an option to create new mobile videos, stories, Instagram stories, or a video landscape. Remember I said that if you didn't want to do this in the mobile phone format in portrait, you can do it in landscape. So my monitor shows video in 1920 by 1080, so this would be ideal for me. If I wanted to create a video like I'm going to do now for a YouTube short, then I would use mobile video, which is just 1920 by 1080 reversed, so it's 1080 by 1920. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to click mobile video, and we've now got our canvas, which is where we want to start. So, okay, let's start with the first thing, which is the video background. So over in the top left here, I'm going to go to Elements, and I'm going to search for, let's say, relaxing. And I want to look for relaxing videos, so I'm going to select videos here. Now anything with a little crown, if you hover over it, it says this premium video is included with your Pro plan. So there are a lot of these and you think, oh God, look, there's nothing there I can use. I can use those too, but they're not the ones I want to use. To make it easier, you can go up here to the filter and you can scroll down and say, I just want to look at free stuff, thanks very much. And then click away from it. And now we can see we've got all of these videos that have not got that little crown on, and each video conveniently shows how many seconds it is. So depending on how long or how short you want your video to be, you can make that decision based on the timings of the videos that you choose. But let's say you only wanted a 15-second video and you quite like the 36 seconds. It doesn't matter, you can still use that one. So let's do that. Let's go for this one, 36 seconds. I'm going to click and hold. I'm going to drag it over until it fills the screen and then let go. And it sort of centralizes it for you anyway. And now we can see down the bottom here, we've got our video which goes up to, what was it, 36 seconds. So now we've got our video background. If I play, this is how it looks. We can see the timeline moving across, the waves are coming in, the smiley face is there. So we can say, okay, I'm happy with that. Let's just pause that for a minute. Let's add some text. So if we go back over here to the left, we've got the text. So in here I can say add text box, and it adds us a nice little text box in the middle there. So I'm going to replace the text that's in there, and let's type something different like your goal today. And let's highlight that again and make it a bit bigger. So up here, obviously we can change the size of the font. We could change the font if we want. I'm just going to keep it as it is for the moment. But let's say I wanted my font to be, I don't know, 75. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, maybe we'll go to 80. Okay, and I'm not really happy with it being black, so... Oh, and I've got a T on the end there. So let's highlight our text again, and this time we're going to select white and maybe make it bold. Let's have a look, see what that looks like. So we can see that we have now added some text, and that text is going to run for the duration of the video, which we don't really want. So on the text bar, if you click on it, you'll see where in your timeline this text box is. So your goal today, there it is. And if you go to the very end of it, you can actually click and hold and drag it back. So let's say, I don't know, maybe I want that to appear on the screen for around 4 seconds. Like that. Okay, that's good. Now, maybe I want a bit of a drop shadow behind it. So again, I'm going to click the text box. I'm going to highlight the text that's inside it. And I'm going to come up to effects here. And I'm going to choose this shadow. Just gives it that little bit more of an edge. So if we click away now, we can just see there's a bit of a shadow going on there. And do you know what? I think I wouldn't mind making that text maybe just a little bit bigger. So you really can sort of play around and get it exactly how you want it. The other thing I could do, because if you notice, if I just press play, it's just a static, your goal today. How about a bit of animation? So how about I go to animate and I say, I don't know, ascend or shift or merge. I could use anything. Maybe I'll just stick with typewriter. So I'll say typewriter. Okay, so we can test it out again. Let's take our bar back to the beginning and press play. Your goal today. There you go. That was simple enough. So we've got our first piece of text. Let's say we want to keep the same sort of format, so I'm just going to highlight our text box again, and I'm going to right click it and I'm going to say duplicate. So it gives us a duplicate of what we've just made, but if I grab it and just sort of move it to the right, you'll see it moves along to the next section of our video. So I can go in there and say, let's say so I said your goal today, and maybe I'm going to say is, and then let's duplicate this again. I'm not quite sure why it's put it over there, but let's bring it back. And we'll change that to and we'll duplicate that again. Oh, I've made a mistake. If you make a mistake like that, I've accidentally grabbed the end handles and moved them. I can come up here and say undo, and it will put it back as it was, so no panic. So let's move that is to, let's say, stand up. And I'm going to duplicate that again. And let's say and shout. And let's say the last one. I am happy to be alive. That's a positive message, isn't it? Now, is that centralized? I think about there would be good. And then we could say, okay, well, that's where we want the video to end, but are these sections too long? Let's have a look. Let's play it back. Your goal today is, bit long, isn't it? 2, I think people might get bored waiting for the next bit. Yeah, I think we should maybe knock this down to 2 seconds. So as you can see, we can just adjust each one, bunch it all up next to each other as we go. There are probably easier ways to do this, but I just want to show you how to get started. And maybe we'll leave the last one at the full, I don't know, what was it, 4 seconds. Now what we could also add, let's say we wanted to add something at the very top of the screen that stays on as text all the way through. So I could come back and let's add another text box. And it puts the text box across the duration of the video. And I'm just going to type in there, feel good. What day is it today? It's Thursday. Feel good Thursday. And maybe we'll put this at the top of the screen. Maybe we'll reduce the font a little bit, the font size. There we go. And then because it is on a white background, because we got the C, it's difficult to actually see it. So let's change the text color of this to something like, I don't know, blue. Does that stand out a bit better? Yeah, it does. And if we wanted to, you know, that's a bit bold and a bit in your face, we could also look at the transparency. So if I click on transparency, maybe I could just bring the transparency down a bit so it's not so in your face. So if I play now, the Feel Good Thursday stays up there and our text carries on down the bottom. Okay, so far so good. Let's now decide, okay, we don't need this video to be as long as it is. I'm just going to click this text box and I'm going to bring that all the way back to there, and you notice it sort of snaps back into line with the one that you've got below, and the same applies to the video. So now we've got a short video, and let's say, okay, well this is all very well and good, Jace, but it's a bit boring because I can't hear anything. Well, how about we add some music? So let's go back to our elements, and again we can keep it on relaxing, and this time we'll select audio. So in here we've got all of the relaxing audio music, and you can see there's a time after each one: 1:05, 2:24, 3 minutes 41, 24 seconds. So maybe we go for this 24 seconds. So I'm going to grab that. And just drop it in there. And we'll extend it. Okay, so if I play it back now, you get the idea. But obviously when it gets to the end of this, it's just going to cut that audio off, so we can make an adjustment. So as long as you've got the audio selected, you can go up to the top here where it says fade, and we're going to fade out over, I don't know, should we say 2.5 seconds. And let's play that back. And we can see there, it's quite difficult to see it on the screen there, but you can see the line goes down as it fades out. So let's go back to the beginning. And there you go. So that's a very simple, quick YouTube short. I keep mentioning the word YouTube. I shouldn't do that. It's a short video. You can do with it as you want. So when we're happy with it, and if you wanted to keep this one, you can go up to here and you can say File Save, or I just want to download it. So I'm just going to go Download. And over here we've got the file type, it's MP4. It's going to do it in 1080p HD. The more quality, you're going to have the Pro version, but believe me, when I download this, well, you saw it at the beginning of the video, there's nothing wrong with the quality as it currently is. So I'm just going to say download, and we can see now it's running through the video, and up the top here the progress bar is downloading. And I don't know why this is, but it never quite gets to the end before it actually tells you it's downloaded. So I'm going to speed up time. And there we go. We can see it's now been downloaded and it's up in my downloads folder. I think by default it goes straight into your downloads folder. And if I open the folder, we can see here yourgoaltoday.mp4. And if I double click it and run it, now one thing I did notice there when I played that back, and I'm sure you spotted it as well. Let me play that again. We'll turn it down. The word to, T above, O below, that is not what we want. So we can go back and say, well, why did that happen? And this is something I found out whilst messing around with it. If I extend this box to its full, we're not going to get that problem. Why does it happen? I don't know. Can anyone tell me? Is this a bug? Maybe I should report it to Canva. But at the end of the day, it's free for me to use. I'm not really going to moan. So now I've adjusted that, and I'll just give you a quick example. Let's delete that one. And we'll download it again. And there you go. We've got our fixed version downloaded. So let's open that and we'll give it another go. There you go, it fixed it. So, I hope you found that tutorial useful. Thanks for watching.